Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I promise to update daily and I'd really appreciate the gesture. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Now this is a 2016 release from Omega, the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra GMT Good Planet Foundation Special Edition. Not a limited edition, but a special edition. Benefits from the sale of this watch were put towards marine conservation, courtesy of Omega's longtime partner, Good Planet. Now the timepiece on my wrist is no nonsense. It is a highly functional sports watch that does everything well. 43 millimeters in polished and satin finished titanium. It's feather light. My wrist 16 centimeters circumference. The watch 43 millimeters, 14.3 millimeters thick, and lug to lug. If you measure the outer facing of the end links, the watch is 51.4 millimeters with a 21 millimeter spacing between the lugs if you want to go aftermarket strap. There are also Omega options that look great, so you have many choices in the 21 millimeter strap size range. The bracelet is also of titanium, the clasp is also of titanium, and it is very comfortable. Eyes closed, this 43 wears a lot more like a 41 or a 40. It's very light on the wrist. The equivalent steel watch would be far smaller, just based on mass. The bracelet's a handsome piece, slightly tapered as you neck down towards the clasp. It's different than the Rolex Oyster Bracelet because the Oyster Bracelet has relatively long links, whereas the cross section of these links, and you can see they're polished on their outer face, it's relatively short, but they're broad links. Polished centers, staggered link alignment. You can see all removable links are fixed in place by screws. There are half links on both sides of the clasp for fine adjustment and sizing, and then it is a sequential double deploying clasp. You can see one side closes before the other, and then twin triggers actuate the deployment. The components inside are milled out and very solid. They inspire confidence, and a feature I always like to see, the use of ceramic pin snaps inside of a clasp to maintain the tight tolerances and crisp snap over time so that the metal can't aggress against metal. Those spring-loaded ceramic pin snaps are used. This is the classic Seamaster case. It's been featured on many Speedmasters as well. A satin finish horizontally. There's a flared bevel polish that runs through the mid-case but expands at the end of the lug. You can see it's a lyre-style lug profile with the outer facings sloping away and the inner facings also sloping away. Polished conical bezel. You can see when we get around to the crown, it is a media blasted crown with a relieved and polished Omega logo, and this is the pre-2017 shouldered semi-crown guard profile of the Aqua Terra. Now the timepiece has a lush white lacquer dial, so it's glossy, it appears wet, bottomless, and lush. It's a lot of the effect you would get from enamel without the expense or fragility of enamel. The indices, the hands, the Omega logo, and the marquee, all a wonderful metallic blue, and a few splashes of red, the GMT hand and the GMT logo. The date in a monotone white disc is down at 6 o'clock, and you can see two hands, local hours and 12-hour format, which drives the date, and then you've got the 24-hour hand, which features an inner 24-hour track, so you can track two separate time zones at the same time. 150 meters water resistant. You screw the crown out, take it to the intermediate position. Now I can move the local hour hand independently, and you see how I continue to track all the other time-telling faculties, seconds, minutes, the second time zone. Only the date is changed as I use this time-setting mode. Now if I want to set everything, I pull the crown all the way out. Now this is stop seconds, and now everything is brought to a halt, and I can synchronize the watch to the second against a reference time. Screw that back down. Underneath the case back, you have Omega caliber 8605. This one is a master coaxial, so you have a silicon hairspring that's anti-magnetic up to 15,000 Gauss and beyond, over 1.5 Tesla, a free-sprung balance bridge with a full bridge architecture. The free-sprung index is what I'm talking about. It helps to maintain the 5-position chronometer regulation of this watch against shock and disruption, bumps and concussion on your wrist, and then the full bridge helps to support the balance to minimize shock-induced timing deviation. You also have a coaxial chronometer tandem where you have the tri-level coaxial. 20 years ago, Omega launched its first coaxial. Today, the system invented by the late George Daniels, legendary British watchmaker, is both tough and precise. The watch is a chronometer. The timepiece is highly water resistant, highly anti-magnetic, and long-legged with twin mainspring barrels, giving the watch a 60-hour power reserve. The barrels also ensure that after 24 hours you don't see the precipitous drop-off in balance amplitude that you see on conventional single-barrel watches like those from the likes of Breitling and Rolex. So the twin-barrel system, not just a longer power reserve, but better timekeeping for the full 60 hours. The timepiece features the dual time functionality. It features arabesque Côte de Genève across the bridges and the rotor, blackened rather than polished or blued screws. It's a handsome composition. This movement, 38 joules, beaten away at the coaxial specific 25,200 vibrations per hour. This is a timepiece that puts it all together. Fun to wear, easy to wear, versatile, handsome, and set for summer 2019. I can't help but feel that this particular dial in titanium with the blue and red accents just screams summer watch, vacation watch, fun watch, good times. See it and let the good times roll on the watch box. Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra GMT. Notice both hour hands and the seconds hand fully loomed.